Please note that this is just a fitting guide and it requires a certain amount of competence in DIY to complete. Depending on which size T-bar pull handle is chosen, you will need to decide a position on the door. Once chosen, measure how far from the edge of the door you want the pull handle to sit and mark with a pen or a pencil. Depending on the length of the handle chosen, you need to check your fixing center measurements and mark the lower point on the door. In this guide, our handle is 900 mm long and the fixing centers were 700 mm apart. Next, drill the holes needed to fix the back-to-back fixings. Here we used a 10 mm drill bit and drilled through the entire thickness of the door. Be careful to make sure the holes you are drilling are perfectly horizontal, as you will need to pass the bolts through this in the next step. Once the holes have been drilled, pass the bolt through the hole using a metal washer. If fitting to a glass door, the rubber pads must be used first, then the metal washers. Place the end of the pull handle over the protruding threaded bolt and proceed to manually turn the bolt until it stops. Depending on the thickness of the door, you may need to cut some of the bolt away using a hacksaw. Using a tape measure, check the amount that will need to be removed from the bolt. Remove the bolt from the door and proceed to cut away any excess length with a hacksaw. Taking the pull handle which doesn't have the grub screw in the fixing arm, place the second metal washer over the threaded bolt. Locate the bolt into the arm and screw until tight. Use a screwdriver for this and not a battery operated driver, as you may damage the threads. Do this for both bolts and the handle will then be fixed to one side of the door. Locate the two grub screws underneath the fixing arms of the second handle and loosen. Place the handle over the ends of the grooved bolts and hold securely in place. Gently tighten the grub screws, ensuring that they are positioned in the grooves of the bolts. Do not over tighten, but securely fix, and this will hold your product perfectly in place with no visible fixings on show. If you are unsure about any part of this fitting, then please consult a professional.